for the 29th Pan American Racquetball Championships at La Loma Centro Deportivo in San Luis Potosí. I'm Lauren McCormick, and joining me for commentary on this match is Farrell. My twist on there. Welcome, Gus.
Thank you very much, Laura. It's good to be here. Good day to you.
Well, we should have another great match this morning, or I guess good afternoon, between Fernando Rios from Ecuador and Daniel de la Rosa from Mexico.
I want to point out the official for this match is Mr. Bronk Hughes. Bronk Hughes of Lodi, California. Lines persons, Fabian Torres from Colombia, Franco Capandegui from Argentina.
So far, these two siding each other out right away. Still 0-0 in game one.
I think they're going to do this for a little bit. Back and forth. Both of them exhibit great speed. First point. Daniel, the favored one here, although Fernando has been extremely well. Side out.
Daniel, a very strong player, and playing in the country of Mexico. He is from Monterrey. He lives in Monterrey. He's from San Luis Potosí.
They will give him an avoidable. He went and looked for it and got it. Very smart play by Daniel de la Rosa. Buscó el inevitable y la consiguió. No llegó. The ball did not make it. Side out.
Currently tied up 1-1.
Neither one of them look like they're ever making a real effort.
So Daniel de la Rosa is from San Luis Potosí. He's currently living and training in Arizona. So it's nice to be playing in front of your home family. He was saying a
lot of these players like Daniel realize this is the time for them to give it their all and play in the professional tour, both the WRT and the IRT. I don't believe Fernando's been involved with that yet. Has he played on the WRT?
Yeah, Fernando's played on the WRT, and I know at the 2015 Pan American Games in Toronto, he hurt his ankle, I believe it was, and sorry, it was his arm. And so that kind of took him out. This is one of his first big events back.
And I stand corrected. Daniel is only playing on the IRT at this time. Appeal. Agreement with Bronk. Stands. Side out.
Got the Ecuadorian team out here cheering on Fernando. I do like to see that camaraderie at a an event like this, the Pan American Games, you know, it's more team-based, and so you have, you know, men's singles, women's singles, and doubles, and everyone comes out to support each other.
That was a tough serve. That got him on the defensive, and Fernando capitalized right away. No. Ball is down over here. Daniel didn't see that. We were talking about the change of the rules and how we're going to be going to 2 serves, it looks like, come September.
Yeah,
international play. There you saw the change of serve after the short serve. That's going to allow the players to be a lot more aggressive on their serve. Skip ball.
Just short of that front wall. 3 serving 4. Another great entertaining match to open up our semifinals today at the Pan American Racquetball Championships.
Nice down the line against the right glass, which is so hard to see when in the court.
Yeah, the side glass has been giving people trouble all weekend. We got the green pen ball against the AstroTurf on the floor, the blue bleachers, and the fans filling it out. A lot of glare. Point for Daniel.
Nothing is down with either one of these guys.
Yeah, Daniel moves so smooth along the court, and Fernando is so scrappy. He gets to that ball just at the last second.
Unbelievable. That was an excellent shot. Right now, this match could go either way. Skip ball side out. Fernando Rios, Ecuador serving.
Which means we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors. Back now, 5 serving 3.
Punto. En el juego de racket hoy día tienen 3 tiempos cada set. El tercero corte. Para ganar el partido tienen que ganar 2 sets, cualquiera de los 2 jugadores. Los sets son a 15. Lindo tiro de Daniel de la Rosa a la esquina. Ya está montando ventaja. Daniel, 22 años. Jugando desde ya más de 10 años. Very nice. Pinch, reached it, no problem. His lead increases.
Well, and the curse of the commentator looks like he skipped that one. Side out for Fernando Rios.
Curse of the commentator. That was an interesting. Yeah, that was an intentional hit by out of the court by Daniel. Quickly comes back side out.
Yeah, he looks so natural out there. He really is very enjoyable to watch. A lot of power and a lot of confidence. Daniel says he's been playing for 19 years.
19 years, my goodness. That would make him 3 years old when he started.
Yeah. Explains it.
Fernando comes right back. I don't know if the game is going to change much if they go to the 2 serves. I think it's going to slow it down actually a little bit. Timeout. Fernando, Ecuador. Wow, from 38 feet. That was an incredible shot.
There's a point for Ecuador.
Not that time. Fernando truly believing he can get everything.
He comes pretty close.
He comes pretty close. Yes, he does. No. Nice pass. The appeal for a repeated play not given to Daniel. Yeah, the ball that we've talked about, that the courts and the ball, everything is so fast that on top of the players being so quick and able to get everything, it makes it all the easier to know that the ball will come back up.
Wow, nice shot to the corner from Fernando Rios.
The very hard part in this courts is being able to actually just see the ball as it goes so fast. If you notice how Fernando's feet are on the red line, but not, that's the short line, over it. Should his foot start over it, that would be a fault serve and given a second serve in this case.
Oh, really? It's not an automatic
One time.
penalty.
Not an automatic side out, no. When the rule goes to 2 serves, it will go to second serve, though. If you also, Laura, if you look near the front line, that line, when serving, the players cannot go over it in its entirety. They have to at least be touching part of the red. And there does happen quite a bit that they do step over it. Again, that would be a fault.
But a one-time fault, you're saying. So once you've done it, that's like counts as your warning?
That would be your warning, one time.
Fernando now serving 5, serving 9.
Daniel was asking for a screen or a repeat on that. Fernando not quite sure what happened there.
Yeah, and then that ball coming right back to Daniel in the middle. It was feet planted and was able to fire away.
Skipped in.
Coming up after this, we do have another men's singles semifinal. Javier Mar from Mexico versus Jake Bredenbeck from USA. It'll be a power versus power match, I believe.
I've had the opportunity to ref Javier a couple times in this tournament, and I am very impressed on how that young man's progressed over the last couple of years and getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, so there's definitely some more exciting matches coming up. De La Rosa serving now.
Nicely done. Some good gets there.
Got the Ecuadorian team making some noise in the crowd. It's got to be tough when you're playing against a hometown boy like Daniel De La Rosa. Got Mexico and the crowd on his side.
Coach for the Ecuadorian team is Sudsi Manchik. Nice to see him here.
Yeah, he's been coaching the Ecuadorian team for about the last year.
He's helped them bring up their level.
Nice effort from Daniel. Another point for Rios. And the coach for Mexico is Javier Moreno. That is Javier Moreno's father. He's also playing the doubles.
Javier Moreno Sr., yes.
Yes.
Also known as Profesor Moreno. Chihuahua, Mexico.
Big setup for Rios, and he capitalizes for another point.
Timeout, Mexico. Coming back. Again, Daniel raised his hand, not quite sure why in that previous rally.
So if you have to clean your glasses, that doesn't count for the 10 seconds you have in between?
No,
like
in fact, you can even ask to go out and get a towel if the referee allows for it, and they do, usually. If you do it excessively, they will.
2 in a row for Rios after that timeout. Not what Daniel De La Rosa wanted. Didn't slow down any momentum from Ecuador. Four in a row, ties it up now, 11-11.
What a game.
that Rios is looking for when he holds
He's
up.
appealing that he didn't have a clear view of the ball, and in fact, he did not. The outcome of the appeal was in his favor. You have 5 appeals per game. That appeal does not count against him because the official call was reversed. But Daniel yet comes right back and takes the serve back.
Evens that right back out again.
Now on that play, had Fernando not raised his hand, I do not believe that they would have given him that. Broken ball.
So it's good to have the appeals. You get 5 appeals per game.
And that as well is a rule. 5 appeals that count against can be used. If in the cases that one was not appeal used because it went in the favor of the person calling the appeal. That rule is also going to change to try to make the game a little faster. It's going to go to 3 appeals per game, all 3 games, whether to 15 or the tiebreak to 11. I think that will help. The IRF is trying to do different things. One is trying to unify with what the IRT is doing, the Pro Tour is doing, and at the same time trying to do things to help speed up the game, keep the interest of the spectators. That does apply as well for the women's Pro Tour. Daniel gets it back.
Now leading by 1.
That was a shoulder high rollout. Timeout, Fernando, Ecuador.
Will be and Rio's going to tie it up again now, 12-12.
This is going to go down to the last point. That's my feeling.
Great rally. Tied up 12-12. A lot of pressure out there, and this is only game 1. Like to see this type of competition.
Great for the sport. Great to see it come from 2 different countries. Players that really have not played each other that much. Oh, wow. Went for the diving kill.
Rios leaves a lot out there. Very scrappy player.
I think he slipped a little bit, actually.
That's going to put De La Rosa in the lead now, 13-12.
a holdup.
Ref's calling a replay, but Fernando's saying he was pushed, so let's see what the ref says.
He was granted the replay. So there was contact. They're going to replay it.
Great down the line shot from De La Rosa. Fernando trying to cut off that serve.
That's 14, right?
It is. Game point for Daniel De La Rosa.
There it is. Game 1.
Daniel De La Rosa winning 15-12 over Fernando Rios in an outstanding performance. Anything could have happened there. Back in game 2 of our semifinal between Daniel De La Rosa and Fernando Rios. De La Rosa ready to fire off that serve. Opens it up with a point.
I think we're going to see a very similar second game to the first. If Fernando can quickly get a side out here. Daniel will have nothing doing, 2-0. Side out.
Side out Rios wanted. Now I have to say one of my favorite parts watching some of the coaches here on the sidelines is their animation as they talk to the players from the sidelines. See Fernando Rios looking back at his coach Sutzi. To see these guys in a game of charades.
Serve called short. Side out in this one serve open division.
Fernando, not the start that he wanted, I'm sure. And I don't think that's the start we were expecting.
No, not at all. 3-0.
Daniel taking that momentum.
Gets the serve back. Fernando not happy with something. I am not sure what he's appealing for or commenting on. Something Danielle did. Much needed first point for Fernando. One of the rule changes we expect to see come forth is the 10-second rule. Once the official calls the score, the receiver cannot raise his racket nor delay the 10 seconds, trying to speed the game up. That's going to help a lot. Make it more interesting for the fans, for the players. Gary Mazeroff, who has been here, that was a short serve, announcing in previous matches. One of the frustrations we have is why the players don't just go grab the ball, come to the service line and serve.
Right. Yeah, they really seem to take their time sometimes.
And the excuse of being tired for these guys is unacceptable. They should be in tip-top shape. As we see here. Wow.
And Daniel puts it away.
And the crowd loved that point. That must have been a almost a 15-hit rally.
Those two colliding again, it looks like.
We'll replay that.
No, that was a point.
They gave him a point.
Fernando Rios calling the timeout.
So we hope that it will continue, and we hope that Mr. St. Ange will continue with us for a long time.
Another point for De La Rosa after that timeout. Puts it away for the side out.
Some members that are on the board: Osvaldo Maggi, president from Argentina. The new Cheryl Kirk from the USA, secretary and press officer.
Yeah, it's great to have a unifying organization like that to help bring racquetball together. For those of you at home that want to find out more about the IRF, you can also go to internationalracquetball.com. All right, now Rios with a couple points in a row, putting the pressure back on Daniel De La Rosa. 4 serving 6.
I think the glass had to affect him there. That either the ball went away from him right at that moment, or the glass made him misjudge where it was. Not one that Fernando would normally miss.
Reach from Daniel.
That will be replayed. Daniela has to raise his hand, appealing to the...
It looks like he is going to appeal.
The call stands. Both of the linesmen in agreement with the official bronc here.
Point for Daniel De La Rosa. 7 serving 4.
Get the impression he's swinging harder. Do you see that?
So, I mean, especially from the center of the court, he has his feet set, and then it's all power from there.
He sees that 15 getting closer and closer.
Rios not going to be deterred by those heavy swings from De La Rosa. He puts himself back in a point-scoring position right here. Soft touch didn't work out for Daniel.
No, he's been hitting it hard all day long. He should have just hit it hard again. Same shot, just hit it hard. Fernando was way back on that one.
Another point for Fernando. Chip it away 1 point at a time. That's how it's done.
Looks like what I had predicted is happening here. It's going to be down to the Down to the wire for either one of these guys. Capitalizes quickly on Fernando's high pinch.
Danny. Try to give a little bit of room.
So it looks like Fernando's saying that he was pushed by Daniel. And I think Daniel says he pushed me. It is getting a little physical out there. Of course, tensions are high.
As a referee, what I would ask him to do here is to give each other some space. When it is their turn to be on the offense, they're entitled to go for the ball and all the area around it. Seems like they're appealing now that Fernando's appealing that he was pushed. Let's see.
And the refs say they're in agreement, so the call will stand, but it looks like De La Rosa now is going to call a timeout. We're going to cut to a commercial and hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back in just a minute. Well, after a bit of that appeal, we're back after De La Rosa calls the timeout and fires off the serve to keep it going. Sneaks one down the line past Rios for a point. 9 serving 6.
Of all the athletes here, I don't think I've seen any dive more than Fernando Rios.
Yeah.
But he dives effectively. Good call.
Yeah, he's a very scrappy player. He gets to a lot of those balls and is a successful diver. Two in a row for De La Rosa after that timeout.
Gaining some momentum here.
Yeah, leading now by 5 points. Finding a bit of a rhythm. Let's see if Fernando can shake things up and get a side out. And there it is, the side out.
For those that haven't played racquetball before, the hash lines that you see on the floor, which are 5 feet behind the serve as a safety area. When the serving player is serving a lob or half lob, that hash line, the receiving player has to stay behind it until the ball bounces in that zone to be able to step into it. Or if on the fly, the ball actually has crossed the hash line, they can then take the swing, and the racket is allowed to go into the safety zone at that point. There you saw it, it stayed behind the line until it bounced.
Daniel now 13, serving 6. He was able to run away with more points here. He's 2 away from potentially closing out the match. Let's see what happens.
Very strong, very strong.
Fernando able to hold on and side him out.
He's not going to give up easy here. He's going to stay with the drive serve.
fall after this, we'll have another semifinal between Javier Mar from Mexico and Jake Bredenbeck from the USA.
Same shot, same result.
Another side out. Let's see if he can do that now when he has the serving position and get some points. I'm going to call a timeout. Fernando Rios of Ecuador stepping back into the box. Let's see if he can get some points. Quick side out for De La Rosa.
Not to be allowed. He's always so calm, isn't he? When
He is.
Skip ball. His coach signaling to him, Professor Moreno from Chihuahua. Not happy with that result.
There we go, a point for Fernando.
Missed that splat. If they are getting tired, we certainly can't see it, and they don't want to show it. Smart shot.
Yeah.
He knew Fernando was down, and he hit it right down the line, right down the opposite line.
Great return from Fernando.
Intense look back to the coach, Sudsi Madchek from Fernando Rios.
And his team, there's a little sea of yellow there behind Sudsi's. The Ecuadorian teams come out to support Fernando. Unfortunate with that one serve rule. It's a long serve. It's a side out for Mexico.
There's been few of those this match, unforced errors like that. Almost. Possible match point here for Daniel de la Rosa. That's it.
There we have it. Daniel de la Rosa winning game 2, 15-7, defeating Fernando Rios from Ecuador. Gus, any final thoughts on that match?
Well, I thought I would see a closer game there, and definitely in the eyes of what I saw Daniel, he was hungry. He was hungry, he got more powerful, and I just think he's a stronger player. And nice to see Fernando back from his injury, and I'm sure he will be playing long and hard for many years to come.